Good evening and welcome to ICU TV Main News. Let's take a look at the stories making headlines. Zambia to showcase agricultural potential at the World Food India 2025. Zambia launches 2025 African Vaccination Week. Namibia President Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah to visit Zambia. Trump hints at breakthrough in Iran nuclear. Zambian footballer Kelvin Kampamba caught in Tripoli clashes. The news in detail. My name is Miriam Deborah Gamani. Zambia has been officially invited to participate in the World Food India 2025, a premium international event scheduled for September in New Delhi. The invitation was extended by Indian High Commissioner to Zambia, His Excellency Mr. Aloku Vijayan Jha, during a courtesy call by the Ministry of Agriculture, Honorable Ruben Mtolo Piri. Mr. Jha reaffirmed India's commitment to strengthening development cooperation with Zambia, particularly in agriculture and agro-processing. He expressed interest in enhancing collaboration in rice production, cashew nut development, and pigeon pear cultivation crops, with growing demand in Indian market. Additionally, Mr. Jha conveyed India's interest in investing in Zambia's farm blocks across all 10 provinces to boost our national food production and support economic development. Minister Mtolo welcomed the invitation, emphasizing that Zambia stands to benefit significantly from India's agricultural expertise and innovation. He noted that participation in World Food India 2025 would promote trade, deepen bilateral ties, and expose local agribusinesses to international markets. The minister also reiterated Zambia's readiness to collaborate more closely with India, especially in the light of country's ambitious production targets of 10 million metric tons of maize, 1 million metric tons of wheat, and 1 million metric tons of soybeans annually by 2027. Zambia's participation in the event is expected to unlock new avenues of agriculture investment, foster strategic partnership, and showcase the country's potential as key player in global food security. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation has disclosed that Her Excellency Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, President of the Republic of Namibia, will undertake a working visit of Zambia from 15th to 16th May 2025. Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mulambo Haimbai SC, says the working visit is being undertaken at the invitation of the Republican President Hakainde Hichilema. In a statement, Mr. Haimba says Dr. Nandi-Ndaitwah will hold bilateral talks with President Hichilema during her visit focus on matters of mutual interest and bilateral cooperations, as will regional and multilateral cooperations. Mr. Hambai further states that the working visit with Dr. Nandi-Ndaitwah's first visit to Zambia since assuming office as President of the Republic of Namibia, and is expected to further strengthen the long-standing excellent and bilateral relations between the two countries. The Ministry of Health has officially launched the 2025 African Vaccination Week, running from May 14th to 20th, under the theme Immunization, All for Humanly Possible, celebrating 50 years of EPI. The event also marks 50th anniversary of Zambia's expanded program on immunization, a milestone in nation's public health achievement. Speaking at the launch, Minister of Health Honorable Dr. Elijah Muchima, represented by the Permanent Secretary for Donor Coordination, Dr. George Sinyungwe, emphasized that immunization has been central to Zambia's public health successes. He highlighted significant milestones, including the maintenance of world polio-free status since 2005, elimination of maternal and neonatal tetanus since 2007, vaccinations of over 80%, the 80% of the eligible population against COVID-19 by 2022. Mr. Muchima also noted that Zambia's immunization program has expanded from initially targeting 6 diseases to currently covering 13 under the national schedule. Mr. Muchima announced a 75% reduction in 5 mortality rates, dropping from 168 to 42 deaths per 100 live births between 2002 and 2024. This achievement is attributed to investment in child survival, interventions in nutrition, early childhood development, and expanded vaccine services. Representing the Churches Health Association of Zambia CHAZ, Mr. Michael Kuchimi applauded the tremendous progress made by the EPI and reaffirmed CHAZ's commitment to partnering with government and stakeholders to enhance immunization, uptake, and policy development. He called for increased resource allocations to further strengthen the program and ensure vaccines are accessible across all health facilities. During this week, the Ministry of Health is administering routine vaccines countrywide to children under 5 years, including OPV, DPT, PCV, Rota, measles, IPV, alongside HPV vaccines for girls aged 9 to 14 years old to prevent cervical cancer and COVID-19 vaccines. The ministry also recognized the most outstanding districts in EPI performance, awarding Lusaka Province as most improved in vaccination, Central Province for best performance in polio surveillance, and Livingstone and Shibuyunji for most consistent vaccine supply chain management. The family of a 53-year-old cyclist who was fatally struck near a rail crossing in Kawe on April 25, 2025, has finally identified him after a 16-day search. Mercy Kunda confirmed that her father Edison Kunda left home with his bicycle and did not return. After an extensive search, the family discovered his body at the Kawa Central Mortuary on May 12, 2025. The circumstances surrounding this accident remain unclear. Authorities have yet to release further details regarding the incident. More in the following report.
On 25th of April 2025, some copper traders witnessed an ugly scene where a cyclist was crushed to death by a truck near the rail crossing. The man was not identified and the body was deposited into the Kawa Central Hospital mortuary awaiting identification. But after 18 days, relatives have learned of the death of their relative, who has been identified as Edson Kunda, aged 53, daughter to the deceased man, narrated.
Badati bayiminepo bushiko wapa 25 kwa batibese ukatondo mkuchama tababa kwete 6 meda kunjinga so kufumapo efi bayishire mukatondo tatoa ishiwe ukuli konsoko bayire foto ishiwe kwa tina baruba kanshi na bapunka wana motoka so kufumapo to abatulire patuovu me eto basangira pa Saturday kwa ali abatwebele kwa tina batola ko ifitumbi ifidi 5 ku General Hospital. So since twalirufya badati twanja tikanshi pa Sunday tukamu kucheckinga limbi pali ifyo pali ababali 5 limbi kuti basangwa apona benepo bali so nakachine pa Sunday F2ishire no kuisa twali basanga no kubasanga.
The body has since been picked by relatives to be buried in Serenja district. Joseph Siabihi report.
The Zambian Department of Immigration has recorded 27 convictions for various immigration-related offences, with significant cases reported on May 12, 2025 in Kitwe, Senanga, and Dola. Immigration Public Relations Officer Hamiti Nshinka says the convictions involved both individuals and corporate entities. Mr. Shika explains that Washinda International Investment was fined 50,000 for unlawful employing Lu Sauken and Ki Shipeng, two foreigner nationals who entered Zambia as ordinary visitors without employment permits. He adds that Masumbu Mputu, a 54-year-old Congolese national, was convicted on several charges, including unlawful stay, obtaining a national registration card through false pretense, and using a forged NRC. He was also fined 30,000 kwacha and sentenced to 9 months in prison. Mr. Shika also reveals that Mutumba Ngoi Meda, a 30-year-old Congolese woman married to a Zambian, was convicted for unlawful possession of a Zambian NRC concerning her identity and nationality, and residing and residing illegally in the country, adding that she received a fine of 16,000 and a 4-month prison sentence. He further states that Francisco Tembo, a 54-year-old Congolese refugee, was fined 20,000 and sentenced to 9 months imprisonment after being found outside a designated refugee settlement without a permit. Mr. Shika emphasized that these convictions highlights the department's continued commitment to enforcing the Immigration and Deportation Act and ensuring accountability for violations. More in the following report.
12th May 2025 were cases handled in Kitwe, Senanga, and Ndola involving both the corporate entity and individuals. The Kitwe Magistrate Court fined Wanshida International Investments 50,000 kwacha for unlawfully employing foreign nationals. The company had employed Liu Xiaokun, 53, and Ki Shipeng, 53, both of whom entered Zambia as ordinary visitors on 15th March 2025 and had no employment permits. The individuals were arrested on 19th March 2025 at the mineral processing company in Chambishi, where they were found working as a supervisor and welder respectively. Each was fined 25,000 kwacha or in default 30 days simple imprisonment for engaging in employment without permits. Further, in Senanga, the immigration office secured the conviction of Muswamba Mputu, 54, a female Congolese national, on multiple charges, including unlawful stay, obtaining a national registration card by false pretenses, providing false information to a public officer, and uttering a forged NRC.
The Drug Enforcement Commission (DEC) in Zambia has apprehended 3 Zimbabwean nationals along with several Zambian citizens in connection with various drug-related offenses. These arrests followed a series of coordinated operations conducted between April 4th and May 5th, 2025. DEC Public Relations Officer Alan Thamba disclosed that the individuals were involved in different forms of drug trafficking, including the cultivation and distribution of cannabis. Among these arrested is 72-year-old Sison Simwamba from Choma district, who was found in possession of approximately 1.4 tons of cannabis plants and 84.3 kilograms of loose cannabis. In a separate incident, a 47-year-old Teddy Chiwaya of Zambezi district was arrested with 54 kilograms of dried cannabis and 30 kilograms of cannabis plants. Meanwhile, 2 Zimbabwean nationals, Twananesha Makora and Taduanesha Mugwagwa, both students at a local institution, were intercepted with attempting to collect a parcel containing 1.7 kilograms of loose cannabis. Mr. Thamba reaffirms the Commission's commitment to eradicating drug trafficking and abuse, stressing that Zambia will not be allowed to serve as a transit point of consumer market for illegal substances. He further appeals to the public to stay vigilant and report any suspicious behavior that may aid efforts to curb drug-related crimes. More in the following report.
Through meticulously coordinated operations conducted from 4th April 2025 to 5th May 2025, the Drug Enforcement Commission arrested 3 Zimbabwean nationals and several Zambians in connection with drug-related offenses. Notable among the arrested persons include the following. In Choma district in the southern province, the DEC arrested Son Simwemba, male age 72. The arrest was in connection with the offense of cultivation of cannabis plants with a total weight of 1.4 tons and trafficking in 3 bags of loose cannabis with a combined weight of 86.3 kilograms. Meanwhile, in the northwestern province, DEC officers arrested Teddy Chiwaya, a 47-year-old male resident of Wisdom Compound in Zambezi district. The suspect was found in possession of 54 kilograms of dry loose cannabis, 1 kilogram of cannabis seeds, and 30 kilograms worth of cannabis plants under cultivation. On the other hand, during a joint operation conducted by officers from Chirundu and Lusaka districts, the Commission arrested a 27-year-old male suspect identified as Joe Mabenga. The arrest was in connection with the offense of trafficking in 8 pre-packs of compressed cannabis with a total weight of 18.6 kilograms. In another joint operation commenced by officers from Chirundu district and concluded by officers in Lusaka district, the Commission arrested a Zimbabwean national identified as Precious Sunda, female age 29. The suspect was traveling from South Africa to Zambia and was apprehended at the intercity bus terminus in Lusaka. She was found in possession of 11 pre-packs of cannabis weighing 10.2 kilograms. In a separate but similar operation, the DEC apprehended 2 Zimbabwean nationals identified as Tawananyasha Makore, male age 20, and Tadiwanashe Mugwagwa, male age 19, both being students at a named higher institution of learning in Zambia. The suspects were arrested after they attempted to collect a parcel from a named bus where the said parcel was disguised as having contained groceries when in fact it was found to contain 1.7 kilograms of loose cannabis. The incident highlights the increasing and deceptive tactics being employed by traffickers, including the use of unsuspecting public transportation services. Additionally, in Kazungula district, the commission arrested a 33-year-old Zambian male suspect identified as James Chiyuka. The suspect was arrested in connection with the illegal importation of 6 boxes of suspected benylin with codeine and 6 pre-packs of suspected cannabis weighing 6.1 kilograms. All these operations are an indication that the DEC has remained resolute in enforcing the law on narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances. We wish to send a strong warning to would-be offenders that the long arm of the law will soon catch up with them.
Money agents in Lusaka have expressed concern over delays in cash circulation, especially during high demand period when customers receive their salaries and seek to make withdrawals. The agents said that the slowdown in transaction has negatively affected their business operations. One agent, John Banda, notes that on some days, agents do not have sufficient cash on hand despite high customer demand, forcing them to source funds from fellow agents. He also highlights the growing challenges of fraud, stating that scammers often exploit the system. The agents have further complained about poor network connectivity, noting that unstable network often result in customer leaving before transactions are completed, therefore affecting their income. More in the following report.
In the midst of all this activity, mobile money attendants play a vital role by providing a convenient and secure way for people to send and receive money, making it easier to conduct business. Now, let's take a closer look at the challenges they face.
So the challenges we face as mobile money agents, there are times where it's a month, people are paid, but the money is not in circulation yet. So our business is slow. And sometimes you might find that you have cash, then you run out of cash, you ask your friend, your colleague doesn't have. Then the other thing is about scammers. There are scammers who come here.
Our journey takes us to another corner of the market, where we meet John Banda as he shares his experience and challenges he's faced.
My challenges are meant to mapezeka nayo both attendant. Sometimes scammers vaporotenga ndrango. Vama using abantu. Manje chamene timanipora kumind question amene ngakunofunsa. Nanga bahetyo ngati benzeko na strong security. Ati baziba bamene bachaya scammers because baziba mapini numbers bazi. Ngati baziba mapini numbers ndamba ngaswa mateka. It's like shortage of fruit, cash, import.
As we go deeper into the world of mobile money, we meet another attendant who faces unique challenges every day. Gift has seen it all from low cash to technical issues. Let's hear from Gift herself as she shares her experience and challenges.
So my challenges yet my facing I the money. Like when you're out of cash, people start kwendo exchange like watengako cash. Na network na hivi chida mwanzo. Upezi kati wa customer wabwera network yaenda kuyo chida transact. Until we unga ni wali muhari nishwaenda malunda ndra.
Our final stop takes us to Mwenzi, a young and ambitious attendant. Mwenzi shares her challenges and experiences.
My challenges yani ma facing it's like nga network ilipoa so kumankala business kulibe. Also if I don't have cash or scammers, my scammers they very much so if you are funa utu kubelendra, they will call someone then hazamu tomatenda pa boat. Go there, then azambo mfu azatuma like natuma kon drama nizatuma kon drama kuri imwe.
As we conclude our journey into the lives of mobile money booth attendants, we are reminded of the critical role they play in connecting communities and facilitating financial inclusion. Beauty Conde reporting, ICU TV.
We take our first break. Stay tuned for more news.
Did you know that mental health conditions are treatable and recovery is possible? Hi, I'm Ngenia Febamoyo. I'm your host on Let's Talk Mental Health. I invite you all to this show where you freely express yourself, and together we find a solution. For more details, you can contact 0777 93 73 92, and we'll be there to help you find solutions to whatever you're going through.
Welcome to the Zambia Research and Development Center, an institution dedicated to national development through capacity building and community development. Established in 2007 by a group of professionals and lecturers, ZRDC has since become a hub of research and innovation in the country. Registered with the Ministry of Home Affairs under the Registrar of Societies, ZRDC pursues cutting-edge research to address pressing social and economic challenges. Get involved. ZRDC engages in activities that stimulate international collaboration, promote knowledge sharing, and make research expertise available to decision makers. Our mission at ZRDC is to foster innovation and capacity building for national development. We believe in addressing poverty and underdevelopment through institutional and capacity building, human empowerment, and gender participation. In our quest to foster innovation and capacity building for national development, ZRDC launched the ZRDC University Sponsorship for Capacity Building and Development Program to facilitate knowledge advancement among ZRDC researchers and those intending to join the research community. Qualified Zambian citizens can pursue education at credible universities in Zambia with guaranteed prospects of joining the ZRDC research community. ZRDC engages in industrial and technological research, covering research development and innovative investigations to drive dynamic industrial development at national and regional levels. Join us at the Zambia Research and Development Center as we continue to innovate, empower, and shape a brighter future for Zambia. ZRDC, fostering innovation and capacity building for national development. Welcome.
Hello and thank you for joining us today. It is a remedy to your emotions, and I am Chipepo Gracie, your companion through this journey of healing and self-discovery. Do you ever find yourself in a situation where you wonder if you can find a place you can fully express yourself? Well, a remedy to your emotions is a safe space for you, and we are here to adhere to your problems. Join us every Friday as we talk about problems, address these problems that you are facing, and give advice where necessary. For more details, visit our Facebook page, ICU TV, our YouTube channel, A Remedy to Your Emotions, or contact 0974 548770.
We continue with the news. The Zambia Police Service has apprehended Michael Netumbo, 27, for allegedly defacing and damaging newly issued 5-kwacha coins. Netumbo of Kitwe and Petauke was caught recording a video of himself dividing the coins' layers and posting it on Facebook, with remarks suggesting that the coins were fake. Netumbo has been warned and cautioned for willful defacing, soiling, or damaging of coin under the Bank of Zambia Act. Investigations are undergoing to identify others involved. The Zambia Police Service reminds citizens that damaging or defacing legal tender is a serious offense, punishable by law, and urges respect for the national currency to maintain financial stability. The Zambian Police Service has launched a full investigation into a suspected human trafficking case involving a Malawian national, following a report filed at Kanyama Police Station. The case came to light on May 14, 2025 at 1500 hours, when an 18-year-old female from village Malambo in Malawi's Lilongwe district reported being trafficked into Zambia. According to police, the victim was lured into the country on August 18, 2024 by a fellow Malawian, Paul Piri, 25, who promised her a job as a housemaid. Upon arrival, Piri reported seized the victim's phone and subjected her to repeatedly sexual abuse, which led into a pregnancy. She is now 5 months pregnant. The victim was later denied food and eventually expelled from Piri's residence in Lusaka John Lang's compound. In a follow-up operation at the suspect home, police discovered that a second victim, a 25-year-old woman also from Malawi, Kasungu district. She said he has been brought to Zambia after Piri proposed marriage to her via Facebook. Police have arrested the suspect and opened a docket of human trafficking, a serious offense under Zambian law. The two victims are currently under police care and will be relocated to safe homes in line with the victim protection protocols. The Zambia Police Service has reiterated its zero-tolerance policy on human trafficking and has urged the public to be wary deceptive job or marriage offers, especially those initiated through social media or across borders. Anyone with relevant information is encouraged to report to the nearest police station.
The Zambia Police Service wishes to inform the general public that it is actively investigating a serious case of human trafficking involving a foreign national at Kanyama Police Station. Yesterday, the 14th of May 2025, at 15 hours, the station received a report from a female juvenile aged 18, a Malawian national of village Malembo, Lilongwe district, Chowabai tribe, who disclosed that she had been trafficked into Zambia by a male identified as Paul Piri, 825, also a Malawian national residing in John Lane compound of Lusaka. The trafficking incident occurred on the 18th of August 2024 at a known time between the border of Zambia and Malawi. Preliminary investigations indicate that the victim, a school leaver awaiting her Form 4 examination results in Malawi, was approached by the suspect, who is known to her through his relatives who are neighbors in Malawi. The suspect promised her employment as a housemaid in Zambia, claiming that his employer required a cleaner. Upon arrival in Zambia, the suspect reportedly confiscated the phone's victim and began subjecting her to sexual abuse resulting in pregnancy. The victim, who is currently 5 months pregnant, was later denied food and eventually evicted from the suspect's residence. The abuse is reported to have occurred continuously from the time of her arrival in Zambia until her expulsion from the home. Following the report, police officers conducted a follow-up operation at the suspect's residence in John Lane compound. During the operation, another female victim, 825, also a Malawi national of village Shamama, Kasungu district, Chowabai tribe, was found living with the same suspect. She revealed that she was lured into Zambia through Facebook after the suspect promised her marriage. The suspect is currently in police custody as investigations continue. A docket has been opened and the case is being treated as a matter of human trafficking in contravention of the laws of Zambia. The two victims are being provided with the necessary care by the police, and arrangements are underway to relocate them to a safer home in accordance with victims' protection protocols. The Zambia Police Service reiterates its firm stance against all forms of human trafficking and exploitation. We urge members of the public to be cautious of false promises of employment or marriage, especially those initiated online or across borders. Anyone with information that may aid in the investigation of this or similar cases is encouraged to report to the nearest police station. Thank you.
We apologize for that disruption due to some technical issues. We continue with the news. The Zambia Police Service has launched a full investigation into a suspected human trafficking case involving a Malawian national, following a report filed at Kanyama Police Station. The case came to light on May 14, 2025 at 1500 hours when an 18-year-old female from village Malembo in Malawi, Lilongwe district, reported being trafficked into Zambia. According to the police, the victim was lured into the country on August 18, 2024 by a fellow Malawian, Paul Piri, 25, who promised her a job as a housemaid. Upon arrival, Piri reported seized the victim's phone and subjected her to repeated sexual abuse, which led to a pregnancy. She is now 5 months pregnant. The victim later denied food and eventually expelled the Piri's residence in Lusaka John Lang's compound. In a follow-up operation at the suspect's home, police discovered a second victim, a 25-year-old woman from Malawi, Kasunga district. She said she had been brought into Zambia after Piri proposed marriage to her via Facebook. Police have arrested the suspect and opened a docket of human trafficking, a serious offense under Zambian law. The two victims are currently under police care and will be relocated to safe homes in line with the victim protection protocols. The Zambian Police Service has reiterated its zero-tolerance policy on human trafficking and has urged the public to wear a deceptive job on marriage offences, especially those initiated through social media and across borders. Anyone with relevant information is encouraged to report to the nearest police station. We go on a break.
Who is the Speaker of the National Assembly?
I don't know.
You don't know about it?
Maybe someone you can tell.
The Speaker of the National Assembly, Nelly Motsi, Honorable Nelly Motsi.
Speaker of the National Assembly.
Just name.
When I want to explain it, my head will be headache me.
I know just a name. In what?
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
It's a name, but the name is difficult.
What's her surname?
Mutengo.
I've been waiting to hear from you. And I've been watching over you. When you woke up this morning, I was ready to hear from you, but you woke up and chose to devote your time to the multitudes that couldn't be less bothered by your misery. I knew you when you took your first breath, knew you when no one else did. I stood by you on your first day of school, and stood by you when you felt burdened by the troubles of this world. I knew you, my child, and I was there for you through it all. I've been watching over you, and I've been listening as you speak. When you wake up each morning, I wait and listen, hoping you would let me in on the plans you have set for the day. Why won't you just let me in and have me be a part of your life? Cause my child, I've been watching, hoping that you will invite me in and let me be there with you every step of the way, trusting that I know what's best for you and would never lead you astray. I've been listening to every little wish you make, and I've been waiting on you though, waiting for you to finally finish those public charades you pull in my name so that we can finally have a heart-to-heart, you and I, waiting for you to welcome me into that very heart you've already deemed irredeemable so that I may renew it.
And in international news, President Donald Trump has hinted at a potential breakthrough in nuclear negotiations with Iran, stating that the United States is close to a deal that would prevent Tehran from acquiring nuclear weapons. Speaking during his visit to Qatar, Trump credited Emir Shakir Tamim bin Hamad I-10 for supporting a diplomatic solution of a military confrontation, emphasizing we do not make nuclear dust in Iran. Trump said that the anticipated deal will require Iran to curb its uranium enrichment and halt the development of nuclear weapons. He added that the agreement must also be addressed Iran's support for militant groups such as Hamas and Houthis, which has long been point of contention between Washington and Tehran. The remarks came amid growing international concerns about Iran's accelerating nuclear activities. Trump reaffirmed the United States' commitment to seeking a peaceful resolution and praised Qatar's role in facilitating dialogue. More in the following report.
And you probably read today the story about Iran has sort of agreed to the terms. They're not going to make, I call it in a friendly way, nuclear dust. We're not going to be making any nuclear dust in Iran. And we've been strong. I want them to succeed. I want them to end up being a great country, frankly, but they can't have a nuclear weapon. That's the only thing. It's very simple. It's not like I have to give you 30 pages worth of details. There's only one sentence: they can't have a nuclear weapon.
We take a short break. Stay tuned for sports news.
Hello and thank you for joining us today. It is a remedy to your emotions, and I am Chipepo, your companion through this journey of healing and self-discovery. Do you ever find yourself in a situation where you wonder if you can find a place you can fully express yourself? Well, a remedy to your emotions is a safe space for you, and we are here to adhere to your problems. Join us every Friday as we talk about problems, address these problems that you are facing, and give advice where necessary. For more details, visit our Facebook page, ICU TV, our YouTube channel, A Remedy to Your Emotions, or contact 0974 548770.
Welcome back, and now in sports news. Zambian international midfielder Kelvin Kampamba has expressed concerns over his safety amid ongoing clashes in Tripoli, Libya. Currently playing for Madin SC in Libyan Premier League, Kampamba posted on Facebook stating things are bad here, highlighting the severity of the situation. The Libyan capital has been engulfed in violence following the assassination of military leader Abuda Gan K, known as Ganwao, on May 12th. The event triggered intense fighting between rival factions, notably the 4-4 Brigade and the Special Force Rada, leading to widespread arrest and civilian displacement. In response to the escalating conflict, Zambia's Ministry of Sports has confirmed that it is coordinating with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to facilitate Kampamba's safety return home. The government is actively monitoring the situation to ensure the safety of its citizens abroad. That sports item brings us to the end of ICU TV main news. But before we leave, let's take a look at the stories that made headlines. Zambia to showcase agricultural potential at World Food India 2025. Zambia launches 2025 African Vaccine Week. Namibia President Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah to visit Zambia. Trump hits at the breakthrough in Iran nuclear deal. Zambia footballer Kelvin Kampamba caught in Tripoli clashes. Thank you so much for watching ICU TV News. For more details, stay glued to our ICU TV Facebook page or our website at icu.zidem.com. Good night. God bless.